Okay, here we go. This is week 7. I missed last week, but I'm going to record 2 videos this week just to keep myself on my 52-week journey and challenge that I have made for myself. This week, this is the last Tuesday of Black History Month. So, my theme for today, well, my t-shirt says that I am addicted to peace, and that's 100% accurate. But I thought that I would celebrate the movie Sinners and honor the late, great, he's not even been gone very long, Reverend Jesse Jackson. And I remember as a little girl, we were looking for heroes when I was a child. That was always, because we were just just started the civil rights movement and my family's from Mississippi. I was just earlier today looking through family records and obituaries, and a lot of my family members come from Mississippi, definitely down south in that area. And my mother was born in Mississippi, and I was on the call for our Win with Black Women on Sunday, and they had so many tributes to the Reverend Jesse Jackson, who was born, I believe he's from South Carolina. But his Rainbow Coalition and Operation Push all came out of Chicago, right? And so he migrated from the South and moved up north. And so may he rest in peace. Thanks for the work that you did, Reverend Jackson. I remember seeing, the last time I saw Reverend Jackson, I want to say I was in the airport. Or maybe in Washington, D.C. I can't remember. It wasn't like he and I were hanging out or anything, but I saw him. He was in a wheelchair. He was clearly not his normal, spry, active self, but I felt honored to be in the same space that such a legend, such a man of God and a man of hope. Next hope-filled person I want to salute is John Hope Bryant. If you don't know about John Hope Bryant, he is the founder of Operation Hope. And his goal is to help Black people to become financially literate, as well as to teach us how to use our money. And some people might think, often wonder, why y'all keep talking about Black and race doesn't mean, and et cetera, et cetera. Because people like John Hope Bryant, like me, understand that we have come a long way, but we have a long way to go when it comes to managing our money, earning money, being able to stay financially solvent. It's not been that long. It's not been that long. We've been in this fight for a long time. We've been in this country for a long time. And yet, organizations like Operation Hope that are situated in urban areas. I remember I first heard about Operation Hope maybe when I was in Baltimore, definitely when I was out in California, and listening to, I think he's from the LA area. He grew up there. And he has a couple of really good books that I've read of his. One is called The Memo. And it's a book to African Americans, to Black people, in helping us to think about how far we have come, as well as what we can do to become entrepreneurs and manage our money and earn money, so that we can support our families and support ourselves. Living a nice, long life. Jesse Jackson lived into his 80s. If you want to live that long, it takes money. it takes money to think about your care and those types of things. Yeah, and so planning for your future financially is very important, and I am going to put some links in the description of this video that'll take you to John Hope Bryant and his great work with Operation Hope. So those are my two: Hope, Keep Hope Alive, Brother Jesse, and then Operation Hope with John Hope Bryant. Now let me talk about Sinners. So I'm not one to watch a scary movie. So when I saw that they were vampires, etc., I was like, I don't know. Then I saw that, Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan were involved. I was like, okay, that's a good combination. But let me tell you, when I saw the movie, I made myself go. I was like, just be brave. And when I saw the movie and saw Delroy Lindo, if he don't win that Academy Award, I don't know why we have Academy Awards, because that man played that role. And he took me all the way back to when he played West Indian Archie in Malcolm X. That, for an actor to play a role, he's not the star of Malcolm X. Denzel did his thing, Spike Lee did his thing. But Delroy Lindo, in that role where he just drew me in, and I was like, wow, this guy is really something. And that is exactly what he brought to the movie Sinners. His presence amongst the extreme talent, right? That is Ryan Coogler. That is Michael B. Jordan playing two roles, right? And then you've got this OG, this veteran Black actor who just totally, he stole the show as far as I was concerned, because from the time I saw him, and sometimes I'm a movie buff and I like entertainment, the entertainment industry. I like to watch and see the kinds of roles that actors choose and why they chose to do it. And to see Delroy Lindo in that role as a teacher, that's what I thought. I thought, man, he's schooling these young men. In the scene in the car when he's talking to Sammy and the twins, and I was like, whoa. One of the twins, I think it was just one of them, was in the car with them. But I was fascinated with how Ryan Coogler came up with the, or whoever did the cinematography, right? Is that what it's called? Where they shooting the scene with Michael B. Jordan, and then his connection to Delroy Lindo's character, and then Sammy in the back seat, etc. And then I've listened to so many interviews with Delroy Lindo talking about how did you go there? Did you know how to play the harmonica? Did you realize that you were basically jumping off the screen? And he is such a humble man. He is such a humble man, where he talks about how he and Ryan, because again, he's just an older man working with a young cast, but never felt like they were talking down to him. Always felt like his input was appreciated and respected, and that he could talk to Ryan, hey, I've got an idea about this. And that scene in the car was ad-libbed from him, that Ryan Coogler did not hold on to his movie, right? He let the artists, he let the actors do their thing. And that makes me think about the jobs that I've had in my lifetime, where I can honestly say, especially, I've been thinking about this so much recently, about toward the end of my career, when I had a lot of new roles, yet didn't feel like, and still as I think back, don't feel like I had the opportunity to really do my thing, right? To be able to listen to Delroy Lindo talk to, there was an interview that he did with Denzel Washington. And so these are two actors of a caliber that they can understand one another. They've known each other for many, many, many years. They both, again, they were both in Malcolm X. And the level of respect that they have for each other, for their craft. Some people, get into their chosen profession for a multitude of reasons. I know I worked in DEI, kind of fell into it, and but it fit me, if you know what I mean. It was something that I felt like I was born to do, because I was born in inner city Detroit. I had a pride about myself and an understanding about other people that I wanted to share with my students, with my colleagues, and have them to understand that I listened to them and I heard them and I saw them, and the things that I didn't know, Lord knows the number of things that I did not know about culture and things. I was willing to learn, and I was willing to be humble and vulnerable. Yet I don't feel like I was often given a chance to do my thing, which takes, again, back to listening to Delroy Lindo talk about what it felt like to be given a role and then be given the space to live into that role. The acting and the castmates that he had, young Miles Caton. When I was, again, doing more research about sinners and that young man, and found out that his mother used to sing with Hezekiah Walker back in the 90s. And one of my all-time favorite songs is called He's Calling My Name. And I probably listened to that, watched the video 100 times, listened to that song more than that, because the way her voice is so pure. Timiney, Figueroa, her voice is so pure, and that the lyrics to that song and that choir was just, and that was a time when I was living in New Jersey and going to church and being elevated by groups like Ty Tribbett, Hezekiah Walker, Kirk Franklin, John P. Key, Fred Hammond, those folks. So his mother, for her to have been in that community of singers and praise and worship folks, she sang with Kurt Carr. And I think she still sings. And I know she's a pastor and a minister and things like that. So prayer works. Prayer changes things. Wishing that young man all the continued success. He's a singer. He started young, right? And has been out in the industry. And for him to have the opportunity to learn and grow from a Ryan Coogler, from a Michael B. Jordan, these folks who are not so much older than him, like not old enough to be his dad, for example, but to be old enough to be, big uncles or big cousins, if you will, that he can learn so much from. And clearly, he auditioned for that role, won the role, and did his thing in it. So, if you haven't seen Sinners, check it out. I think it's going to get back into theaters. I know it's going to get back into theaters here in Virginia. I don't know if it's before the Academy Awards, after the. It doesn't matter. If it's streaming on television as well, and so if you haven't seen it, check it out. Give Brother Delroy Lindo his flowers. I know that he and Michael B. Jordan were at the BAFTA Awards and had an unfortunate incident with a gentleman who has Tourette's syndrome, and that used the N word. And I heard it's Black History Month. It's Black History Month. And so often we have to just keep grinning, bearing it, and being like, understand, be understanding, take it on the chin, etc. Yeah, I just have to wonder, of all the words for that gentleman with Tourette's to say, all the words, all the trigger words, all the words for him to say, why didn't he say one of those kinder words versus saying the N word out loud? And then why didn't the showrunners edit that out? Because folks didn't need to hear it. But it goes to one thing I do believe is true, is the reason why some of these negative things continue to have legs, if you will, continue to be in our, whether it's anti-Semitism or anti-LGBT or anti-Black comments and commentary. It's because people don't work hard enough to take it out. We could say the N word, right? We try to stop people from actually saying the whole word, but it always feels like it's just on the tip of folks' tongues if they want to say it. In their subconscious even. It might not be what they meant to say, but it's so easy. And as far as I'm concerned, it has no power. You have life. You have no power here. I am going to keep hope alive. I am going to keep hoping, and I'm going to keep believing that we can be a better society, and that better is not going to be by erasing our history, any history. Let's talk about it. This is what we got. This is where we are. This is how we got here. So, through hope, rest in peace, Jesse Jackson. Thank you for all that you did, all that you tried to do, even the things that you weren't able to accomplish, running for president, etc. Thank you for showing us that you could and you would fight. Thank you. Because of you, we have the MLK holiday in January, because you would not give up. You worked tirelessly for the community, and I will continue to do my part. All right, y'all. Week 7 of my 52-week challenge, LaRonda Greats, support your girl, just out here trying to not spread love. Let's keep it there. Trying to spread love. All right? Thanks. See y'all next week. Well, I'm going to record another one probably tomorrow or so, but you'll see. All right? Oh, it's my book review. I have a new book that I want to review for the month of February. I hope you'll enjoy it. All right. Take care. Bye.